In the eastern horn of Africa, where the headquarters of our network is based in Uganda, it's a region where failed and very child states are majority in the sub-region. The vendors work in a dramatic context compared to the work they are doing. Some work in a situation of armed conflict, ongoing armed conflict, including targeting the advocates of the human rights defender community, like in Somalia. In the past 2 years alone, 11 prominent human rights defenders, including a journalist, I think 9 journalists, has been murdered on the front line of defense. In Sudan, where in a given country itself is a context of human rights defense varies from one region to another. In Darfur, in Khartoum, in southern Sudan, in Juba, the human rights defenders are facing increasing and very tremendous challenges in terms of doing their day-to-day work. In Kenya, Kenya dramatically stable state, but when the elections took place 2 years back, everything we knew about that country just in front of us becomes so difficult, and uprisings and killings and those things took place. Numerous defenders then engaged the international and regional mechanisms to provide testimonies and voices for the victims, and that became itself a crime. And so we know that a number of our members has been cold-bloodedly in front of the police station, shot to death by people who emerged from a police vehicle in Kenya. And since then, a number of human rights activists have to run from there because now even they are being hunted. In Eritrea, it's a case which is closer to the North Korea, even though it escapes the radar of the international community because of classification of where it is. But Eritrea, everything we know about human rights defense community doesn't exist. You can only be activist outside the country. I could say 3 things which facilitated for the establishment of the network. One is our sister organization, Amnesty International, have an Africa sub-regional office in Kampala, which was Amnesty co-launched with the program. It was one step which was closer. Secondly, Uganda is the only country in the sub-region where human rights defenders who sometimes without notice have to leave could arrive without a period clearance of any immigration authorities. So Uganda is open to all Africans. You can arrive and obtain your visa and stay there. Thirdly, the government of Uganda was willing to give a kind of political guarantee that the work we are doing, which they told also is very useful, will have its own independence and integrity to continue the way we want. So those 3 factors came together and made our network executive committee to decide we establish the headquarters in Kampala.